Hey there, can I get a grande cold brew, please? Thank you. You too. Woo! Howdy. I've missed you guys. And yes, I got a haircut. I was recently made aware of the fact that I guess it's supposedly a pretty Californian thing to refer to highways as the 5 or the 26. I guess in most other places, people just say, let's hop on 5 or let's hop on 26. But I don't know, I've always said the 5, the 26. What do you guys think? If you're wondering what that was, it's basically a water filtration system that they have hooked up to a nearby river. Water from the river gets redirected through that tower, and the public has access to use these water filtration spigots, and it's basically just unlimited filtered water fresh out of the river. It tastes really good. I've actually filmed a couple little things there in the past, so some of you might remember it. I try to stop by there anytime I'm taking this highway to the coast because free water, and it's some of the best water that I've had. It is certainly no secret though, because multiple times I've stopped there and there's been people with like 10 5-gallon water jugs, like 10 individual separate 5-gallon water jugs. So I've waited there just to fill up a relatively small amount of water. I've waited for like upwards of 30 minutes. People really love to drink that water, I guess. I don't blame them though. It is mighty tasty water, and it's free. Best price. Okay, so right now I'm headed to a little coastal town named Astoria. Isn't that just like the most pretty name for a city, Astoria? There's also an Astoria in New York, but this is Astoria in Oregon, and it's right on the coast. And I don't have much of a plan when I get there. I do have a pretty awesome spot in mind where I'm gonna spend the night, but my truck has actually been it's been acting up for the past couple of weeks, which is why I didn't put out a video last week. We could talk a little bit more about that later on, but basically I just got it all squared away. It's up and running again, so I was itching to get out there and spend the night in my truck. Oh, hello.
Goes on your dashboard.
Great, thank you so much.
Enjoy.
Thanks. All right guys, this is our first stop, and check out these freaking views. Unreal. It's so pretty up here, but I'm not here just for these views. We're gonna be going up that tower there. Now I suppose it is gonna be the same views that we're getting down here, but it's a much higher vantage point, so we're gonna get a bird's eye view. Last time I was up there, I actually saw a bald eagle perched in a tree very close by. It was a really cool experience. It's super crowded today. I mean, we are in the middle of summer, so it's to be expected here. Now there isn't an elevator to get to the top, and so I don't know exactly how many stairs there are, but it's definitely a few hundred. Check it out. Not sure exactly what the mural is depicting, but it seems as though it's depicting the expansion westward and probably the history of this area, starting at the Lewis and Clark Trail or something like that. Either way, super beautiful art. All right, let's go up these steps. we go. It's a lot of steps. I remember being surprised last time. It's actually pretty tiring. Still going. Starting to huff and puff a little bit. It's very echoey in here too. I think we're almost there. I see light. We're almost there. We've made it to the top. Here's the view from up here. Hopefully I don't drop my camera. That'd be pretty bad for anyone down there. This is quite spectacular up here. Even though it's the same view as down in the parking lot, being so high up just gives you such a better vantage point. It's like a completely different experience. All right, it's actually really crowded up there, so I'm just gonna go back down. I got the shots, we got the views, and now this is the easy part, going down. Right now I'm headed to a beach that you could actually drive your car onto, which is pretty exciting. But before we get there, I think I'm gonna swing by the store and get some snacks because I'm feeling pretty hungry, so I should probably put some food in my belly. I got some baba ganoush. I don't know if you guys have had this stuff, but it's so good. Baba ganoush, it's like a roasted eggplant dip. And they didn't have pita bread. I wanted pita bread. So I just got these crackers instead. Even without the pita bread, this stuff slaps. Oh, rats. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure I'll make that. But actually, I might be able to go to the side here. Okay, I think we're actually good. I think I'll just go. Looks like there's enough clearance on the side. Fingers crossed. So that ended up not being as low as I initially thought. I'm very cautious with this camper and low hanging branches and stuff, because on my old camper, that's actually how I got holes in the side of it, was from low hanging branches and stuff like that. So anytime I see branches hanging over the trail, I'm like, ugh! Like right here. Man, come on, why is this trail so... Ooh, I hear... Don't poke a hole. Okay. This trail has such low overhang. I don't care if my truck gets scratched, obviously. That doesn't matter, but I don't want holes poked in the side of the camper. There is nobody Nobody on this beach right now. That's crazy. I could totally camp here tonight. There was a sign way back there that said camping on beach prohibited, but I'm pretty sure that I would be fine sleeping here. But I mean, that being said, I don't have any, I haven't gone to the grocery store for dinner stuff yet, so I'm not gonna camp here. But still pretty cool that I have this whole beach to myself right now. I'll tell you what, guys, doesn't get much better than this. I've missed this. I really have missed this so much. As relaxing and beautiful and awesome as this spot is, and just hanging out here, I gotta get a move on because we don't have too much daylight left, and I still gotta figure out dinner and get to the other spot, which it's a little drive away. So this was nice, and until next time. Hi there, I'd like to place an order for pickup. I think I'll just do an individual of the veggie pizza, please. That'll do it. All right, see you soon, thanks. Well, I was gonna go to the grocery store and cook up dinner tonight, but I just went through a pretty big ordeal trying to get out of the beach, and I was a little bit afraid of this as I got there, but to get to the beach, you kind of had to go down this like pretty steep sandy hill, and it wasn't until I was partway down the hill that I realized like this is pretty deep sand, and at that point I couldn't really reverse up back out. And when I did get there were a couple other vehicles down there, so I figured, okay, it's probably fine, I'll probably be okay. And of course, on the way out, it was much more difficult. Now I think it's mainly because the camper on the back adds a lot of extra weight, and then also I don't have like a tire deflator, and I know you're supposed to deflate your tires if you're gonna be driving through deep sand. At the same time, I've driven on a good amount of beaches here in Oregon, and they're typically usually just very casual. You just drive on, it's always nice compact sand. I've even seen a lot of like Priuses and stuff in the past driving on the beaches, but this time the sand was brutal. So long story short, it took me about 45 minutes to finally get out, and I was going up and down and up and down. Luckily I didn't get stuck at all, but I definitely thought like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I didn't know what I was gonna do. In the end, I just reversed like super far, and I just gunned it. I gave it like all the gas that my truck could muster. I just pedaled to the floor, got a huge like fast head start, and just powered up the hill. And even then, I like barely made it. By the time I was getting out, I was like, oh no, this is it, like I'm about to get stuck. But I just kept my foot fully down on the gas, and like somehow we got out, which it was a miracle. And I'm sorry that was a really long story, but that's why I ordered a pizza, because after that ordeal, I don't want to cook. And it's dark. Hi there. I have an order for Johnny. You again? Come on. You just won't leave me alone, will you? Home sweet home for the night. So many people camping here tonight. Wow. Look at all of them. Maybe not everyone here is camping, but a good amount of them for sure. And here's the aftermath. I'm surprised. I've actually taken this on some pretty rough roads and this hasn't happened. That just shows how much I was struggling to get out of the sand. The truck was really bouncing around everywhere. A lot of people in the video where I made these curtains, a lot of people suggested that I zip tie them, and I was going to, but since they held up so well, I didn't think I needed to, but maybe I will. That's a pretty good idea. That was easy enough. Good as new. Since we're actually in a more urban setting, and I don't have a curtain for this yet, I'm just gonna hang up this screen for a little bit of privacy. Not the screen, the sheet. It's a screen in my projector, but it's just a sheet. It's easy enough to set up real quick. All right, got my pizza and I'm hungry, so I'm just gonna dig in. Wow, that's a lot of vegetables. They just put whole tomatoes on, or whole tomato slices. They don't even do diced tomatoes like most places. Looks good though, looks fresh. Probably as healthy as a pizza can be. I just realized, no napkins. Thanks, guys. I actually really like the fact that there's so many vegetables on this. It's almost like having a salad, but on top of a pizza. It's good, it's really fresh. It's also the most uneven slices I've ever seen. Check this out. There's one slice. Pretty good size. And then there's this little mini slice, and then there's this in-between slice that's not even like triangular shaped, or this is like a, what are those triangles called? There's isosceles, there's, oh, the scalene. This is like a scalene triangle. I stayed at this rest stop last night and it started to rain pretty steadily, which was very peaceful and relaxing. Now I woke up to some spectacular views. I've stayed at this rest area once before, which is how I knew about it. Otherwise, you know, typically I don't really stay at rest areas too often. But this one in particular, this one's definitely worth it. So I'm headed to look for another spot to make my coffee, because although that was a really nice spot, it was getting pretty chaotic there. It was really loud. There's lots of cars coming and going, lots of cars passing by on the highway. There was this kind of sketchy looking RV near me, and the people were a little questionable, so we're gonna look for a better spot, a more peaceful spot to go make coffee real quick. This is that holy water we collected from the river filter earlier. Alright folks, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys like always for watching. You guys go out there and go on some adventures of your own. Live life. Beat the status quo. Y'all know the drill. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.